Coping with the death of loved ones. Losing a loved one is one of life's most profound and painful experiences. Coping with this loss involves navigating the complex processes of mourning and grief, seeking meaning in the aftermath, and leaning on support systems for emotional and practical help. Understanding these facets can aid in the journey toward healing. The process of mourning and grief. Understanding grief. Grief is the natural emotional response to loss, encompassing a wide range of feelings, thoughts, and physical reactions. While every individual grieves differently, several models help explain common patterns. 1. The Elizabeth K. Blair-Ross model, 5 stages of grief. Denial, initial shock and disbelief, often serving as a defense mechanism against overwhelming pain. Anger, feelings of frustration, helplessness, and even resentment toward others or the situation. Bargaining, attempts to regain control, often through what-if scenarios or appeals to a higher power. Depression, deep sadness and withdrawal, reflecting the weight of the loss. Acceptance, gradual acknowledgement of the loss and a shift toward adaptation and healing. 2. The dual process model. This model posits that grieving involves oscillating between two processes. Loss-oriented, focusing on the pain of the loss, reminiscing, and confronting emotions. Restoration-oriented, engaging in activities that rebuild life and establish new routines. 3. Cultural and individual variations. Some cultures emphasize public displays of mourning, for example, wearing black or holding memorial ceremonies, while others focus on private grieving. Personality, support networks, and the nature of the loss also shape the grieving process. Mourning, rituals, and expressions of loss. 1. Rituals and traditions. Funerals, wakes, and memorial services provide opportunities to honor the deceased and share collective grief. Personal rituals, such as lighting candles, journaling, or visiting gravesites, allow for ongoing connection with the memory of the loved one. 2. Expressions of grief. Grief can manifest as tears, anger, numbness, or physical symptoms like fatigue and insomnia. Creative outlets, such as writing, painting, or music, can help express emotions that may be difficult to verbalize. Finding meaning after loss. The search for meaning. 1. Reflecting on the relationship. Many find comfort in remembering the positive impact of the deceased on their lives. Writing letters to the loved one or creating a memory book can help preserve their legacy. 2. Personal growth through loss. For some, the grieving process leads to a deeper appreciation for life and relationships. Finding purpose in honoring the loved one, such as through charitable work or advocacy, can provide a sense of fulfillment. Philosophical and spiritual interpretations. 1. Philosophical perspectives. Existential thinkers, such as Viktor Frankl, argue that meaning can be found even in suffering. His concept of tragic optimism emphasizes finding purpose amid adversity. 2. Spiritual and religious comfort. Many turn to spiritual beliefs about the afterlife or divine purpose to find solace. Practices like prayer, meditation, or attending religious services often provide comfort and a sense of connection. Transforming loss into action. 1. Memorializing the deceased. Creating scholarships, planting trees, or establishing foundations in their name ensures their memory lives on. 2. Supporting others. Many bereaved individuals channel their grief into helping others, such as joining support groups or volunteering. Support systems and resources for the bereaved. Social support. 1. Family and friends. Close relationships provide emotional comfort, practical help, and a safe space to share memories. Open communication about needs and boundaries is essential for mutual understanding. 2. Community networks. Religious or spiritual communities often offer organized support, such as prayer groups or bereavement ministries. Local organizations may provide meals, transportation, or assistance with funeral arrangements. Professional support. 1. Grief counseling. Professional therapists can help individuals navigate complex emotions, identify coping strategies, and address unresolved issues related to the loss. Specialized therapies, such as cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) or narrative therapy, focus on reframing the loss and fostering resilience. 2. Support groups. Groups like GriefShare or local bereavement groups provide a sense of solidarity and shared understanding among those experiencing similar losses. Online forums and virtual groups expand access to support for those in isolated or remote areas. Practical resources. 1. Legal and financial guidance. Advisors or legal professionals can assist with managing wills, inheritance issues, and other logistical matters after a loss. To helplines and crisis support. Hotlines and emergency resources are available for those experiencing acute grief or suicidal thoughts. Self-care for the bereaved. 1. Physical health. Maintaining nutrition, sleep, and physical activity supports overall well-being during grief. 2. Mental and emotional care. Journaling, mindfulness, and relaxation techniques can reduce anxiety and stress. Allowing oneself to experience emotions without judgment is crucial for healing. 3. Time and patience. Grieving is not linear, and healing takes time. Setting realistic expectations for oneself is vital. Conclusion. Coping with the death of a loved one is a deeply personal journey, marked by waves of sorrow, healing, and growth. Mourning rituals and grief processes provide structure, while support systems and resources offer stability. Ultimately, finding meaning in the loss and integrating it into one's life narrative can transform pain into a profound appreciation for life and the bonds we share.